Do you ever understand a question perfectly, but your mind goes blank when you try to answer? It is a terrible feeling. You know the vocabulary, you know the grammar, but the words just get stuck.
In this episode, we are going to fix that brain freeze by giving you 50 automatic, natural replies that you can use on autopilot. We aren't just listing words, we are building your reflex memory so you never have to panic again.
First, we will cover the how are you trap, because that is usually where the anxiety starts. Then we move to keeping the conversation going phrases, which are the secret to sounding fluent.
And finally, the polite exit, how to end a chat smoothly without feeling rude. Listen to the dialogue, then shadow us during the timed pauses. Let's begin.
Let's talk about why we freeze. Usually, it is because we are trying to build sentences word by word in our heads, like we are building a brick wall. But native speakers do not do that. We speak in chunks. We speak in pre-made blocks.
Exactly. Think of these phrases as apps on your phone. You do not need to code the app every time you want to open it, you just tap the button. Today, we are going to install 50 of these buttons in your brain.
Let's start with the most common interaction you will ever have, the greeting. Most students are programmed to say, I am fine, thank you, and you?
Right, and while that is grammatically correct, it is a conversation killer. It sounds robotic. If you want to feel relaxed, you need casual options. Here is the first set. If things are generally okay, you can simply say, can't complain.
Can't complain. I love that one. It is neutral, it is easy to pronounce, and it makes you sound very relaxed. Even if you are busy, can't complain works.
Another great one for when things are going well is pretty good. Notice the intonation there. It isn't flat. It is pretty good.
And if you want to turn the question back to them immediately, you can shorten the whole interaction to, good, you?
Good, you? That is the ultimate efficiency. Let's try a quick drill. I will greet you and you use one of these casual blocks. Hey Sarah, how have you been?
Can't complain. How about you?
Pretty good. See how fast that was? There was no thinking time.
Now, what if things are not good? This is where people freeze because they do not want to be negative, but they also do not want to lie. You need a phrase that acknowledges stress, but keeps it light. Try this. I've been better.
I've been better. That is a polite way of saying, I am having a hard time. Another one is, it's been one of those days.
It's been one of those days. That is perfect when you are tired or stressed at work. It signals to the other person that you are tired, but you don't need a therapy session.
Exactly. Now let's move to the second category. This is the brain freeze cure. What happens when someone asks you a question and you just need time to think?
This is the most important part of this lesson. Usually, when students need time, they stay silent. Silence feels awkward. It creates pressure. You need to fill that silence with a placeholder phrase.
Right. These phrases buy you time. They give your brain 5 extra seconds to load the answer. The best one is simple. That's a good question.
That's a good question. You are complimenting them, but really you are stalling. By the time you finish saying it, you probably have your answer.
Here is another one. Let me see. You can stretch this out. Let me see.
Or if the answer is on the tip of your tongue, just say that. Say, it's on the tip of my tongue.
And if you really don't know the answer, don't just say, I don't know. That shuts down the conversation. Try, I'm not quite sure, let me double check.
Let me double check. That is very professional. It works in the office, at a hotel, or even organizing dinner with friends.
If you are finding these phrases helpful, make sure you click that subscribe button. Our goal at the English Speaking Corner is to help you speak without fear. And these little phrases are the foundation of that confidence.
Let's move on to the third section. We call this the reactor. When someone else is telling a story, you can't just stare at them. You need to react.
If you don't react, the other person thinks you don't understand. But you don't need complex sentences. You just need short, punchy reaction words.
If someone tells you something surprising, do not just say, wow. Try, no way.
No way. No way is great. It shows high energy. If the news is less surprising but interesting, you can say, is that so?
Is that so? Feels a bit more British, a bit more polite. If you want to show you are listening and understanding a complex point, use I see what you mean.
I see what you mean. That is a connector. It validates the speaker. or simply make sense.
Makes sense. 2 words. It implies I understand your logic. Let's role-play this. Mark, tell me about your weekend, and I will only use reaction phrases. Okay, so last weekend I decided to drive up to the mountains, but my car broke down halfway there.
No way!
Yeah, and I had to wait 3 hours for a tow truck. It was freezing cold.
You're kidding!
I wish I was, but eventually a nice couple stopped and gave me some hot coffee.
That was lucky.
See, she didn't add any new information, but the conversation felt alive. She was greasing the wheels of the chat.
Now, let's tackle a slightly harder situation. Section 4 is the polite refusal. This is where many learners freeze because they are afraid of offending someone.
Saying no is an art form in English. If you just say no, it sounds aggressive. You need to soften it. We use the sandwich method: positive, negative, positive.
For example, if someone invites you to dinner but you can't go, do not say, I can't go. Say, I'd love to, but I have plans.
I'd love to is the positive opener, but I have plans is the refusal. It is soft, it is polite.
What if a colleague asks you to do extra work and you are too busy? You can say, I'm afraid I'm at capacity right now.
I'm afraid I'm at capacity. That is a wonderful phrase. At capacity sounds professional, not lazy. It means your bucket is full.
Another useful one for vague plans is, I'll have to check my schedule.
That is the classic stall. I'll have to check my schedule. It buys you time to think of a real excuse later if you need to.
And if you want to be supportive but say no, try, I wish I could, but simply can't right now.
I wish I could. That shows your intention is good. It protects the relationship.
We are arriving at the final section, and this is the one that saves you from those awkward, never-ending conversations. Section 5, the exit.
We have all been there. You are talking to someone, the conversation is dying, but neither of you knows how to walk away. You stand there in silence, you freeze.
You need an exit strategy. The best exits have 2 parts: the reason and the future promise.
The reason doesn't have to be specific. The best generic reason is, I'd better get going.
I'd better get going. It implies you have things to do, but you don't have to explain what they are. You can combine it with, right, I'd better get going.
And then you add the future promise. This makes the exit feel friendly. I'd better get going, but let's catch up soon.
Let's catch up soon. It is a nice closer. If you are at a party or a networking event, you can say, I'm going to go mingle a bit.
Mingle means to walk around and talk to others. It is a very socially acceptable reason to leave a conversation. I'm going to go mingle a bit, but it was great chatting with you.
It was great chatting with you. Always end on that positive note. Let's practice a full exit. Mark, we have been talking for 20 minutes. Get out of this conversation.
Okay, Sarah, look, I've got to run, but it was really great seeing you.
You too, Mark. Take care.
Simple. I've got to run. It implies speed and urgency. Nobody will stop you if you say, I've got to run.
So, we have covered greetings, stalling, reacting, refusing, and exiting. That is a full conversation toolkit.
But here is the secret to making these automatic. You cannot just listen to this video once. You have to physically say them. Your mouth has muscle memory, just like your legs do when you walk.
I recommend you pick 3 phrases from this video that you liked the most. Just 3. Maybe, can't complain, that's a good question, and I'd better get going.
Write them on a sticky note. Put them on your computer monitor or your bathroom mirror. For the next week, try to use them every single day.
Once those 3 are automatic, meaning you don't have to translate them in your head, come back to this video and pick 3 more.
Let's do a quick lightning round to review before we finish. I will give you a situation and you give me a phrase. Ready?
Ready.
Situation 1. You run into a friend at the supermarket. They ask how you are. You are fine, just normal.
Can't complain.
Situation 2. Your boss asks you where the report is. You forgot it, but you want to check your email to see if you sent it. You need time.
Let me double-check that for you.
Situation 3. Your friend tells you they won the lottery.
No way.
Situation 4. You are at a boring party and you want to go home.
Right, I'd better get going.
Perfect. You see, you have a script for everything. You don't need to generate language from scratch. You just need to retrieve the file.
If you found this method helpful, please give this video a like. It helps us know that you want more practical, chunk-based learning.
And if you want to test your memory, leave a comment below using one of the refusal phrases we taught you. Tell us politely that you cannot come to our party. That is a great homework assignment. We will read your comments and see how polite you can be.
Remember, fluency isn't about knowing every word in the dictionary. It is about having the right tools ready when you need them.
Don't let the fear of freezing stop you from speaking. You have the scripts now. Go out and use them.
Thanks for listening to the English Speaking Corner. We will see you in the next episode.
Bye for now.